Hey everyone, so for today's video I'm going to be showing you how I do my go-to makeup look. So I call this an everyday makeup look, but I don't wear makeup very often, so it's kind of like once every 2 weeks makeup look. But I decided to do it because I know that these videos are pretty popular and I thought it could be a good thing to show. So yep, that's what I'm doing today. I will mention that I have already done my foundation. That's just because it's not interesting. It's foundation, it's time consuming. But I will tell you that I use the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil in the shade Pale Light. So that's just because it's a really thin kind of foundation. Well, it's not really foundation, but it's like, it does the same kind of thing. It's just really thin and light, which is what I prefer because my skin does not like foundation, so this is my go-to. But with that done, I'm going to go straight into the eyebrows. A few of these things you will have seen me do on other videos, but I'm just going to do them all as one together today, just because it's my go-to. So my go-to products for my eyebrows are usually either this NYX Precision Brow Pencil, which is an ash brown, or I will use the Benefit the Great Brow Basics pack, which is in the shade 3. So these are my kind of go-tos, but today I will be using the NYX one. So I don't really like to go too fancy with my makeup, so honestly I'm like super basic, but I will just put it on and show you. That is really all I do for the brow. So there's a slight difference. It's not a huge difference. I don't like to go too in your face. But that's, yeah, just a little bit of colour, and then I'll use the little brush to kind of just brush it out. Yeah, and that is how I do my eyebrow. So it's not a huge difference, but that's just the way I like to do things. I'll just finish the next one and then move on to the next product. Okay, so moving on to the eyes. The eyeshadow palettes I usually go for are Revolution ones. I just think that they are very good price. I quite like the colours they have. And I know that they aren't the best in terms of pigment, but I prefer to stick to cheaper things because I am not a huge makeup fan. Like, I like makeup, I appreciate it, but it just, you know, sometimes it doesn't quite work for me, and I don't want to be spending too much money on it for something that I'm gonna use like once every few weeks. So I like to stick to Revolution and NYX. Those are my two go-to brands. So for this video, I will be using the Reloaded Iconic Division palette. So this is what it looks like. So this is what the palette looks like. So I will be using this color here, this color, and this color. And I'll be using it to make like a gradient along the eyes, because that's how I like to do things. So I will be doing that. So I'll be starting off with this color here, which is a very kind of peachy neutral color, and I'll be using that as the base color for the eyeshadow. So as you can see, it's pretty peachy and then pretty white. So I'll just do that on the other eye. So this is really to help the gradient set in motion. It's more like a base colour, and then I will put the gradient on top of that, and it kind of just gives it a really clean gradient, so that's why I like to do it like that. Okay, so next I will be going into this kind of reddish purple, I think. I'm not quite sure what kind of colour it is, but that's the colour I like to use. So from that I will be going in from just before the centre of my eyelid, and then working my way out to the end. Okay, and with that I will be using a fluffy brush and then blending the two together to help with the gradient. Just like that, and then I will be using this dark shade here, which is kind of more purple than the this one. And then it's just to really make that gradient. Okay, and then once that's on, blend them all together again. And then there you have your gradient. So it's not the perfect gradient, and you know, I'm sure that there are people who would do this much better than I. But I just like the way this looks, and so this is the way I usually do it. And with this palette there is also a kind of shimmery white one here, which I will use to put into the inner corner of my eyes, just to give them a little bit more something. Okay, so that is the eyeshadow done, so now I will be moving on to the eyeliner, and for this I will be using the one that I always use, which is the NYX Epic Ink Liner in black. I really struggle with eyeliner and it doesn't come very naturally to me, so I look a bit awkward, so please don't mind that. Okay, so that's basically how I do my eyeliner, but I do have to move to the big mirror to do the second one because I can't do it with this little tiny thing. I need to sit down and rest on something because I have shaky arms and it just does not want to do it, so I will be back. Okay, so that's two eyes done. So I do kind of typically go for a little thicker eyeliner, and that's partly because I haven't quite mastered it yet, and that's all I can really do. Okay, and the next thing that I will be doing is mascara, and for that I will be using the Maybelline The Colossal Big Shot Volume Express Mascara, which is also in Very Black. So I don't like to put too much on my lower lashes, and that's just because I have pretty long lashes, and when I put them on my lower lashes they go really spidery and I don't like that. So I have to be like super gentle. Okay, so that is the eyes section done. So now I will be moving on to the cheeks, and for that I will be using my beloved Clinique Chubby Stick in Robust Rhubarb. And I love this because it is a nice colour, and I just like the way it works. So really all I do is like, I do like a dot basically. It's basically a dot. And then I like to rub it out with my finger because that's how I like to do things. And that's cheeks. That is it. That is super simple. So I don't contour, I don't really like highlight, so that's typically all I'll do for eyes and for skin. So now we're moving on to the lips, and for that I like to go for really brown kind of neutral shades, or I go for a nice red lip gloss. It really depends on the day, but I recently bought a MAC lipstick, and this one is in the shade Marrakesh, and it's a really nice, kind of like a dark, I want to say dark rust, but it's not. It's like a reddish brown, and it's a matte, and I don't like matte, but I really like this colour. So I will be using that for today's lipstick colour. And then once I put that on, I kind of like to go around it a little bit to kind of soften the edges, because I don't really like sharp lipstick. I like it quite soft lipstick, so I think this helps with making it quite soft. And that is basically my makeup. So for some it could be a little bit too out there for an everyday makeup look, but when I actually feel like wearing makeup, this is what I typically tend to go for. The only real changes are the eyeshadow colours. Sometimes I like to go for whites and greys. Sometimes I like to do a mixture of different kind of bright colours, but usually this is the kind of colours that I will go for. And the lips, like I said, it's usually like a kind of brownie colour, or I'll go for a red lip gloss. But essentially this is my go-to makeup look, and it's not anything fancy. I think it's pretty nice if you want something simple but also something that's like obviously there. But I just think it works really nicely for me, and it's what I like to do. So that is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Comment in the comments down below what kind of things you like to do for your everyday makeup looks. If you have any of these products and what you like about them, what you don't like about them. Tell me if you lean more towards high-end makeup or if you're more of a drugstore person like I am. I really like cheaper but good quality makeup because I just don't like spending a whole heap of money on things that I probably won't use very often and could also risk not liking. So that is my reasons for going drugstore. But if you have your own reasons for liking high-end or for not liking high-end, then leave them down in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new and want to stay updated, and remember to click that bell button so that you are notified whenever I post new content. But yeah, that is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye!